Imagine walking into a room where every single face tells you straight up you don't belong, where every whisper's a dart aimed at your confidence, and your biggest rival has just set you up to fail, but you still walk out with the trophy. Yeah, that's not some cheesy underdog movie. It's the real story. I'm about to tell you a story about a girl from New Orleans who took on Yale's best and brightest, blew the lid off a scandal, and left everybody there questioning just who gets to belong. Stick with me, because how she flipped the script on all of them at the end, well, you won't forget it. And hey, if you got a soft spot for stories about resilience, underdogs, and those moments that shake the system, you know what to drop a comment, and let's get this conversation going. So, it started with a question so cold you could feel the temperature drop in the room. Who let you in here? That wasn't curiosity, it was pure disdain, flung like a challenge by Gregory Hawthorne III. Picture every stereotype about Ivy League royalty wrapped up in one kid-tall, expensive suit, eyes that scan a room like he already owns it. This was Yale's National Debate Invitational, and there he was, grinning with all the entitlement in the world. And across the room, Maya Bellamy, all of 17, standing in thrift store shoes and a hand-me-down blazer, notebook hugged to her chest, the only kid in that sea of New York and San Francisco prep schoolers who sounded like she grew up somewhere they've only seen in movies. The whispers came fast. Eyes. She even supposed to be here? Did admissions mess up? She heard every word, but her eyes stayed glued to the front where Professor Grant, the event coordinator, was busy with the speaker list. Now, Grant wasn't the type to go easy on anybody. Her critiques were famous for making grown college seniors cry, and she gave Maya maybe 2 seconds of eye contact before moving on, probably sizing her up as just another long shot. First day icebreakers, practice debates, resumes flying around like badges of honor. Maya was the only one by herself, fingering the edges of her battered debate journal, each page stuffed with speeches, rebuttal notes, little reminders her mom helped her write after late-night shifts at the diner. You don't have to outdress them, baby, just outthink them, her mom always said. That line was her armor. Of course, Gregory had to get one more shot in. Hey, professor, are we letting in community volunteers this year? And the laughter, well, you can imagine. Maya felt her neck burning, but before she could speak, Professor Grant shut it down. Still, the damage stuck. But Maya didn't fold. She waited for the main event elimination rounds. The debate topic? Whether universities should minimize the role of socioeconomic background in admissions. If that's not a cosmic joke, I don't know what is. Maya took it personally, because how could she not? She spent the afternoon in a library cornerno study group. Just her laptop, Supreme Court rulings, and statistics about kids like her being left out for generations. A text from her mom, "You got this. Make him listen." And something hardened inside. She was ready. The Yale debate hall felt more like a courtroom, Gothic arches, mahogany benches, the kind of place that whispers old money. Maya's name was dead last on the roster. Classic. Gregory went first, dazzling everyone with charm and data, the whole room practically leaning in. The other speakers were sharp, 2 years of coaching, the right words, the right smiles. When Maya's turn finally came, her name echoed like someone had read it off by accident. She walked every step heavy, every set of eyes daring her to prove she didn't belong. She started soft, but you could hear the intent. Even if some people in this room don't think I should be here, the gasps, the little snickers. She didn't even blink. She dove in, talking about real bias, quoting court cases, then flipping straight into her own story about not being born in a legacy, about earning every invitation. No one clapped at first, but you could feel the air change. When she finished, the applause was hesitant, scattered, but honest. Gregory tossed out a cute speech, "Let's see if it matters," but Maya knew it already had. When the rankings posted, Maya's heart nearly stopped, ranked 12th, just making the cut for the next round. Miracles really do happen, Gregory sneered, but she just walked away. Alone in her dorm, Maya prepped for the next topic, affirmative action. She stared at her laptop, doubts swirling. Maybe she was just a checkbox to them. But another text from her mom, "You never needed their permission to be great." So Maya dug in, prepping for both sides of the argument, determined not to get trapped. The next morning, the room was ice cold. Gregory up first, rolling out merit, not sympathy like it was gospel, making sure to look her way. When Maya's turn came, she didn't just defend herself, she defended everyone who ever got counted out. She talked about legacy admissions, about the unseen advantages of wealth, about how leveling the field wasn't charity, it was justice. This time, the applause was louder. Even Professor Grant looked at her differently. Then came the twist. Before the quarterfinals, Maya got an email topic change, new resolution, urgent. She panicked, dumped her whole prep, worked through the night, only to find out at the check-in the next morning the email was fake. Professor Grant scanned it, stone-faced. This isn't from us. Maya realized she'd been sabotaged, and across the room, Gregory's smirk said it all. With no time to prep, Maya improvised, riffing on technology and communication from real life. It was messy but honest. She made it through anyway ranked 5th. After that, Professor Grant called her into the office. The email had been spoofed. Someone tried to set her up. "Keep your head down," Grant warned, but Maya wasn't having it. "I don't want to keep my head down." Grant, almost grudgingly, told her to make the finals, then they'd talk. That night, Maya prepped like her life depended on it. Semifinals. Her opponent was Priya, another prodigy. Maya listened to her own heartbeat as she took the stage. Then she owned her experience, how digital activism changed her world after Katrina, how online organizing saved her family. By the end, even Priya looked shaken. Maya won. Finals. Maya versus Gregory. Stakes higher than ever. The final round, packed auditorium. The Tepicto, traditional institutions really guard academic integrity. Gregory played up the old money, the trusted systems. Maya called out the gatekeeping, the sabotage, the history of exclusion without ever naming him, but everyone knew. When it was over, the applause was thunderous. No one could deny her anymore. Backstage, waiting for the results, Maya's nerves were frayed raw. The announcement finally came. She won. The room erupted. Gregory left before the handshakes. Professor Grant pulled Maya aside, told her quietly, "You didn't just win. You proved you belong." A text from her mom, "Told you, baby. You never needed their permission to shine." And just when Maya thought the story was over, Grant found her outside that night. "We know who sent that email. It was Gregory. He's facing discipline. Not public. Yale protects its own, but his debate career's done." Maya felt not triumphant, just tired, and somehow wiser. The fight was bigger than one boy or one trophy. Weeks later, back home, Maya got Yale's official invitation, full scholarship, handwritten note from Grant herself. She'd gone from outsider to trailblazer, from fighting for a seat to becoming the proof that people like her could change everything. So, if you're still with me, a hat, do you think? Did Maya get justice? Is it ever enough just to win? Or does real change take more? Drop your thoughts below. Who gets to belong and who decides? I want to hear your story. And if this hit home for you, don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep bringing real stories that matter together.